Hi, I'm Awesome424, and this is SAROS New Game Plus All Bosses. With this particular category, you start off by showing your modifiers. This is how I make the game easier or harder. In this New Game Plus mode, we are going full-on curb stomp mode. So that's kind of why that is, that's the setup I use for curb stomp mode. Anywho, we are just going to get started right away. Time starts as soon as the timer appears, and we'll get going. So you'll see a lot of traversals I call the dash and slash. So you'll see me do a dash, and then I will immediately slash if possible with my left arm. So you'll also, as soon as I enter a new little area, I might make a sudden turn to the left or right, because all of these maps are randomly generated, or procedurally generated, I should say. So, you can move out of my way, that's fine. So I, for the most part, don't know what's going to appear. So I almost just forget to dash right there to safety. We'll talk a little bit more about what's going on as we progress, but for the most part, this area is very straightforward. Just get to where I need to go and continue on. I should have picked up that audio log. I'm still missing that, but whatever. I can pick it up at a later time. Sometimes the timing of doing dashes is a little... you're not 100% sure, but we just need to. Are you going to be a solar cage? Not yet. When I say solar cage, it is area that, like this, gets locked off, and I have to defeat all of the enemies in the area to progress. That guy's pretty easy. Just like that, we kind of stomped through that, and we're on. Yeah, you basically go until it says solar cage dissipated, and then you get your bearings and proceed on. What I'm doing right here is activating the eclipse, which makes the map a little bit more moody, gives the enemies slightly modified abilities, and does put some hazards in the area. So that all said, we're actually already at this first boss, which is Prophet. I'm going to let this boss kind of talk for himself. It's a pretty straightforward fight. Then we'll go into more detail about what's going on later on. But the bulk of this fight is, and you find these side pods do damage to them. And then take about half the health off. Immediately proceed to kill more pods and then continue to do damage. That's actually a really nice attack technique for me to do right there, and I'll talk about what that is, or why that is. Somewhat random which of those pods are going to spawn where. So just kind of make it do. Basically looking for those eyes to show up. I was like, where did you go? Phase is going to be very, very quick. Like I said, very, very quick. That would have been a gold split if I found that last pod. Unfortunate, but it happens. Alright, so that is the first boss of 8 down. Like I said, Prophet's pretty straightforward. It's a great boss to learn the mechanics of the game. So I thoroughly enjoy fighting him. I hate when he does that. That's okay. Alright. So we're into the next biome. And each biome is like the region that is available to us. Now, I'll talk about my loadout because you can pick up various weapons and other things as you progress. I'm pretty much not going to pick up anything. The weapon I have is called the Corrupted Smart Rifle. What makes Smart Rifle really nice is, as you can see, I don't have to really like aim to be able to do damage. It auto-targets the enemies, which is really nice and beneficial when trying to avoid various dangers and hazards. The super ability I have, what I use is called Prominence, which is the very first one you can get, and I always do that. I always do that. It's like tradition at this point where I take the wrong turn and fall off a ledge somewhere. But Prominence, a good way to think about it, it's a one-armed Kamehameha. That's it. It's very straightforward in that regard. And then Overdrive, that also happens from time to time where you literally dash off the platform because you misjudge. I got a little lucky there with catching myself. The Overdrive, you just do a lot of damage. It's great. So here, take out these enemies as quickly as possible. If they've got a red shield around them, that signifies a shield that we have to break. You have to do that by literally meleeing the enemy. Time loss, that's fine. Yeah, it's very easy to accidentally take the wrong route. Because, yeah, if you're fighting and then you inadvertently look the wrong way, it's like, oh. I guess we're doing something extra then. Enjoy. So we're going, there's a few levels that will have that split path, do the same thing twice, proceed to the next area. This is absolutely one of them. So there's at least 2 or 3 that have it. That was actually a little bit of a lucky guess that was the correct way to go. I'm surprised this is a... Oh, awesome, it's not a solar cage. Every once in a while, this particular room does the solar cage. It's like, because that is not a fast fight at all. You just kind of have to deal. I'm just going to eat that damage a little bit and not be too worried about it. This is probably a solar cage. Again, not. Okay. Hop off. Okay, there it is. Like, at some point, there should be a solar cage appearing. Like, who else still needs to die here? I'm pretty sure I got everybody. Okay. Just like that, we've completed the tasks we needed to. And on to Bastion. Bastion's actually a pretty fun fight. It's again also very straightforward. that first phase is done, what Bastion does in between phases is it will summon these turrets. I can't remember exactly how many turrets it summons. You just have to kind of pay attention to see if any friends show up, and then if they do, you deal with them. So here, like during this section, I actually like to hang back so I can see if any of them spawn. There's nothing bad about hanging back. It just, again, it makes it easier to find them. Alright, that should be everybody. And just like that, we're done. Like I said, the overdrive is a very strong ability, but pretty soon it'll get to the point where it's not going to take out boss faces in one shot. So I think that's like the last boss. It can do that too. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oops. I did not hold the jump button down all the way. Unfortunate. So this is the last biome where we're just like running biome to biome to biome. After this, what we'll do is we'll beat the boss as soon as the health runs out. We will immediately return to passage and proceed as normal. Here, we're going to time it so we don't just go immediately into the ground. Because that can happen. That can definitely happen. Activates this eclipse. And now we're on to Shadow Descent. You see a lot of repelling. Grappling, I should say grappling, not repelling. It is the mechanic that you just, like it's the first mechanic you unlock, so you're getting to use it for the first time. And it definitely finds a lot of really nice ways once you use it. So, or in my case, I'll just like fall to my death, because what is me doing a return run without me falling to my death repeatedly? Oh, see, it's very easy to get lost in these. Like, I'm not sure, sometimes the directional arrows that tell you where you're supposed to be going are not very apparent. You just have to kind of like find your way. That gets more pronounced later on as we progress through this. Alright, one thing I can talk about are the different projectiles that you'll be seeing. There's primarily 3 different colors and variants thereof. There's the blue ones, which they're, on the grand scheme of things, they are the most harmless. They will... that's not the way I need to go. This is the way I need to go. You can absorb them for shield. There is the... and there'll be like a light blue from time to time. Same thing. There are the green, yellowish, like the sickly colored ones. That's corruption. And if you look at my health bar right now, the top of my health bar almost looks like it's like coated with something. That is corruption. Then there's the third one later on, the red projectiles, which are called Nova projectiles. And those... okay, I've got one. Those just do lots of damage to you, but they can later be parried, which is really nice. Alright, so I'm going to kind of just wail on him with... we are done with Rabdom. That is actually my least favorite technical boss. Technically a boss. It's kind of a mini boss because you see variants of Rabdom later in the game. Actually, sometimes you'll see him beforehand. All right. Alright, so now we are heading to Blighted March, which is our next area. And you get probably my least favorite, like, boss, which is the Legion. I'm going to just activate this now. You'll eventually have to. Sometimes there are pros and cons to doing it early. The pro I'm looking for are certain traversal abilities that show up in Eclipse mode, which are really nice. You actually don't officially unlock them, or you don't know what they are until much later in the game, but that's the nice thing about the replayability in here is they're there, like right there, that traversal. It doesn't really benefit me for this particular area, but it's nice to have. So the marsh is annoying in that. Did anybody get in? Yeah, yes. No, you didn't get in. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So, like I mentioned, red appears as a regular enemy too throughout the area, which is annoying. But and you just deal. Alright. He did help a lot with my this. And that little, like, weird looking circle that I walked over just now, that was the, if I hadn't activated, the Eclipse, that's an opportunity to do so. Ooh, there's an alpha. Where? Okay, that's fine. So alphas, simply put, are just, aha! Like, there's a totem. They're just kind of stronger versions of regular enemies. So what that totem was, is it's basically makes them just recover so much health as you're fighting them that you have to, like, destroy the totem to actually be able to do anything to them. So yeah, if you see that, like, kind of weird green aura around enemies, that's what it is. Alright. So now we are heading to the first side quest that we have to do. Again, it's enter an area, push a button, do the thing, and progress. So here we're climbing up these towers, and that is exactly what I was hoping for to activate Eclipse early. That right there, because it drops me off right where I need to go, which is very nice. But yeah, activate the thing, do the thing, progress on. But yeah, this traversal is just so much faster, and it's so satisfying too. It makes it really easy to dodge fights, which is always a good thing. But it looks like we have to do a solar cage. My penance for being able to dodge so many fights, unfortunately. Oh, perfect. For that to trigger right then, that is chef's kiss. I think I can go probably not that way. This way, okay. No! I did a silly. So I quite literally fell off the ledge. And just, yeah. All that time saved, gone. So, yay! That's fine. That's fine. Dash responsibly. Yeah, I was right there too, unfortunately. It's okay. That's gonna cost us, but it is what it is. So yeah, Legion, definitely my least favorite fight. It's very straightforward. Shoot him! That's it. Problem is, he likes surrounding himself with his friends, which makes it very hard to target him sometimes. Like, the smart rifle is actually at a little bit of a disadvantage on this particular one. Because it will then target some of his friends. But just like that, we are returning to passage. I'm gonna try to hit the button correctly. And going through that. Yeah, you never wanna... Yeah, losing an overdrive accidentally by targeting his friends and not him is depressing. Alright. Now we're heading to Desecrated Fortress. It's too far. Okay. And heading to one of my two favorite bosses, the Architect. The fortress is fairly straightforward. I'm not going to activate Eclipse. We'll see. We'll see if that strategy pays off or fails me. Take out these enemies just so I get some free overdrive, which unfortunately those enemies don't give very much. I was hoping they would give more, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If I was in Eclipse, they'd give more. But that's fine. There'll be enough instances where I'll be able to get a good amount. Right there, the box I just shot or punched. That would have given me a weapon, if I so chose. I'm having a moment. No, I just had to activate the Eclipse because I needed the traversal. I thought that was actually a different thing, and had a moment. So, I'll say Architect probably has one of my favorite entrances to get to that fight, and it's such cool traversal. Like, I'm excited. It's not a solar cage. That's my cue to not do it. Yeah, see how this is one of those areas where you just kind of have to figure out which way is the correct way and hope you're right. I believe this is the correct way. If I can actually point myself in the correct direction. Yep. Every once in a while, I will take the wrong way and it's like, oh, heck. Just pardon me as I slip through all y'all right there. Yeah, you'll also see me take those platforms on occasion, or those grappling points, just because it is super fast. So, just again, more assistance with the traversal. Alright, who will take him out? Get him first. Who's the big end? Big instead, that's a lot nicer. You don't have to hit the blade. annoying trying to find the last ones there. Yeah, I just real talk love this level. It's so cool. I'm also glad that wasn't a solar cage, because sometimes it is. Right here what I'm doing is called being lazy. If you dash and hold down L1, you can start going into like this perma run. And then do what I do and do a weird kind of jump and slow yourself down. It's sometimes beneficial, sometimes it's not. I like it because, again, lazy while also being speedy. Alright, this is such a cool traversal moment. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. And hopefully I don't botch it now that I've talked about it. I love it, and I will wax poetic about it so much and every time. I love that so much. Alright, so now we are on to Architect, who I love as a fight. The trick with Architect is keeping a beat on him, because my man loves to just like fly away. He also makes the area a little bit shorter or smaller, and that's fine. Alright, just like that. We are on the third phase. Sweet, just like that, we're out of there and heading to Acolyte's Haven. As the first time I beat that fight, I was so happy. Like, it's such a cool fight. Alright, to the Haven. This is actually kind of a fast level. Which I'm fine with. Whether or not you need to activate this is sometime. Okay. Where are you? There we go. I almost did a silly. Which one made things very spicy. This is also another one of those levels where, like, the right path is sometimes not apparent. It's free. Yeah, okay, friend. Okay, can you not? Like, my god. Quit hitting me from behind, please. Thank you. this one if you're not careful, you will miss the platform you need, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm dead. Like, those grappling points, you have to activate them by shooting them, and if you're not paying attention, like, if you don't notice that that's the thing, you will very easily be like, I am stuck. I don't know what to do. But yeah, just like that, we are actually through the area and we're heading to Shepard. Who, if you are a fan of Eldritch horrors, yeah, this is the boss for you. Because we're basically fighting Cthulhu right now. Rule of thumb, you put your back to the ship, and you want to take out the tentacles as quickly as you can. The easiest way to do that is anytime they smack the ground, you're going to want to hit them. So that said, we are in the first official damage phase for Shepard, so try to replenish my super as quickly as I can. Phase 2, he'll either be on the left or the right. He's on the left this time. And yeah, the trick is to pretty much just keep hitting him side to side. And just be kind of cognizant of the fact that he will shoot things at you periodically. Here I want to refill my shield. That was unfortunate. I had the shield refill and, yep, got smacked by the Nova Orbs. Done. As I come back around, we're going to use overdrive as soon as I feel comfortable that I'm doing damage to him. Shepard is dead. Yeah, for that one you have to be really quick about going to passage because a cutscene kicks off right away and you will lose time. So try to avoid that if at all possible. Now we are going to the cathedral and another cool boss. Actually one of the penultimate boss, the Priestess. So this area is kind of annoying. In that, so to do the two side quest things, you have to basically turn the world upside down a few times, and there are these platforms you stand on that if you get there quick enough, or if the game is a fan of you that time, you're able to like use the platforms without continuing to fight the enemies that are following you. I've gotten lucky once with that. So, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is also an area that you can very easily get lost in if you're not careful. Nope, this way. Right there, I noticed last minute change. I'm like, well, I need to go the other way then. solar cage, that's fine. This guy's kind of annoying to deal with just because he is such a damage sponge. He falls just like everyone else. Looks like he's still alive. This is one of those instances where... Nope. That guy jumped up. Unfortunately, I now have to kill everybody in the area. I should say, the armor that I'm using is actually DLC armor from pre-ordering. That said, it does nothing other than make my armor look really cool. So there can be like a bid war incentive for the armors that I can choose. But the main bid war that I'll have is a good versus bad ending. Perfect example of enemies that are way too fast to sneak past. That are very, very... do that because it's going to be faster. Take out those kind of package enemies and I'll be able to get my overdrive back, I'm not too worried. Yeah, as I get through this area, basic mechanic of this area plus boss fight is hit a tuning fork, move on, hit another tuning fork, move on. And you'll see that in the actual priestess fight. That's how I'm able to do damage to her properly. Anywho, with the different endings, you said there's a good ending and there's bad endings. But the first ending you can get is kind of like the bad ending, if you will. The second ending requires a second, or once you've beaten the game the first time, you get to do a few extra quests. I actually haven't seen this room in a while. Okay, pop off. Once you do those quests, you unlock the ability to basically alter your fate. Change your destiny, if you will. And that good ending is just that. So there's no time difference between the two. It's literally how I deal with the final boss. I can either literally punch him after I've defeated him and take his crown, or I can just walk away. So punching him is the bad ending, and just walking away or letting go is the motif. Okay, hello. As is the motif for this game, because the sun is definitely not forever. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, letting go is effectively the good ending. Out so I don't have to deal with them. I'm also not terribly worried about taking a lot of damage here, simply because okay, correct. Because one of the modifiers I use gives me a full health bar every time I get to a boss, so. Nope. I thought I was a level ahead of myself. Which is why I fought those enemies in the previous room. There's one more, and I don't know who you are. Alright. So hit our second tuning fork. A third tuning fork has magically appeared. You can't really do anything to it until it, the bell essentially, like, performs. We're not fighting the priestess just yet. We have a wave of ads we need to take out first. Actually, the perfect time to gain that overdrive. So we'll have it for the boss, which is always a very good thing. That was actually a very, very quick ad fight. Sometimes it can drag on a very long time, so that was nice. Alright. Geometry, I love you. So you're kind of stuck walking. So we get to the very end here. And now we take out Priestess. Also, big shout out and love to the music in this game, because yes. So, general rule of thumb is it doesn't matter which two you take out, just that you take out two of them. The third one will come into the center and you can start doing damage to her. Separate herself. I was able to get a good amount of damage in before she split off, which is nice. You always want to make sure you're targeting like the same two, so you're not wasting like time bullets. Alright. So you're on phase 2. So this is where those tuning forks come into play. She'll summon these orbs, something orb, but she'll also summon these side platforms. And those are what I need to get to in these phases to actually do damage to her. So once I destroy the 3, and she recombines herself, then we're able start doing damage again. About halfway up, she'll split herself up again. Rinse and repeat. So I'm kind of waiting for the platform to spawn over here. There it is. This one still has the 2. And carry on. That's what I wanted. That was a really nice blue orb attack going into phase 3, because I'll still use my overdrive once I'm able to. She'll summon more stuff. Kind of find my way over here and look for those platforms. Sometimes I can reach this platform. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, she'll still go through her waves, so you just kind of have to deal with it. But eventually, she'll summon her tuning forks again. It's after this wave. Oops. They whacked through So yeah, as soon as she pulls out those orbs, you know it's time to go. So pay attention to where the platforms are up here. And this one's always the same. It's 3 in a line, so just go there and proceed to just wail on her. Alright. Priest is down. Now we go to King. So, the final area, the Golden Shore, one thing we haven't really talked about because I haven't done it yet is if you die, there's an ability called Second Chance that allows you to keep going. Golden Shore disables that entirely. So, when you beat this, you have to take this on your first attempt and succeed. Otherwise, back to the start. So, alright, so what's interesting about these particular areas is it will make you take out the side enemies in certain areas. Yeah, that's a lot right there. So 2. Perfect. Alright. So once I've taken out those, it's strange in that it's just like, okay. I don't get why you need to do that, but pop off. The fun part is always trying to find the enemies. I'm just gonna... I know I'm gonna get it back, so I'm not terribly worried about using overdrive right there. Excuse me. Alright. Oh, it's this area again. Okay, real talk. I always forget to turn left at that specific section. Every time. Every heckin' time, it's like clockwork that I don't turn. I get so confused. I die. I'm like, oh, it's that one again. Gee, thanks. Let's listen to a... Oh. That decided to not take my input. Interesting. That occasionally happens. Occasionally. I can't say that's never happened before because it happens. So there's a lot of different biome, like variants. I've never seen that one before. That was cool. So here I'm taking these guys out because I will need to eventually. And they're just less hassle when it's just them. So here I need to take out 2 side areas. The occasional melee. Well, it's nice of you to drop me right at the point that I needed to be. Thanks, game. Perfect. Okay. Those are done. Now... That's what I'm waiting for. 3 consort, not versus. Very far versus. That's a mini boss. Thankfully, we also still get a health back for that, which is really nice. Yeah, now we are done with basically everything, and now it's just fighting Kane. So I said, I'm going to show you the bad ending, which is when time is, like when you play this normally, you usually pick the bad ending. Time will be when I literally punch the guy in the face. The good ending will be, there'll be a door that appears, and I just walk away, and just leave me there. So there's no time difference between the two of them. Maybe like a second or two. Nothing big. But again, this is a 3-phase fight, and I can start wailing on him right away, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I want to time my abilities to where I can still get them replenished. Now, what he also can do, as you see there, he gets a shield. Which is very annoying. But that's fine. Phase 1's done. He gets a few more tricks this time. He is going to eventually charge at me. Dodge, which is rude. Case in point. He does that twice. And that's fine, I'm not too worried. Really good placement for where it was after he put up a shield. Okay, that was generally good. Come on. Now we play ball. I'm not going to use my overdrive right away. I want him to teleport first. There we go. Because I've had multiple times where he has decided to teleport at the worst time. That's his time. So it's just safer to let him do a quick teleport.
I deserve this.
He's worth it. Dead. So this is effectively the bad ending where he, well, there's spoilers, so. Yeah, we'll sleep with that. So. Now that we've taken the crown, now we leave. Instead of us just leaving. So, that's pretty much it. It's fun. I love playing this. It's so cool, and just with how I'm in the process of still trying to build up my build to be better and stronger. Yeah. So, we get faster and faster. Until then, I'm Oscar424, and we're just gonna skip past the rest of the bad ending and leave it for later. Bye!